this is a report out of Australia. Okay, so a police chief, Australian cops asked neighbors to rat out anti-government, anti-police, or COVID vaccine conspiracy theorists.
That's a pretty wide swath there.
Sounds like the Nazis, doesn't it? Sounds like the old Soviet Union. Sounds like modern-day communist China.
And this is Australia. Australia, Western
a democracy.
nation.
Yes, a democracy, right?
So
let's watch the video.
And we welcome that information. As I said before, if it's anybody out there that knows of someone that might be showing concerning behaviour around, conspiracy theories, anti-government, anti-police, conspiracy theories around COVID-19 vaccination, as what we're seeing with the Train family, we'd want to know about. We want to know about that. And you can either contact police directly or go through Crime Stoppers.
Does your neighbour doubt the vaccines? You need to call the police. Tell us.
in what qualifies as a conspiracy theory, whatever they say it is. Is there a list? Is there something that says that's a conspiracy theory?
It's anytime people are telling the truth about what they are doing.
That's right.
That's a conspiracy theory.
And so, a conspiracy fact.
If your neighbor, your coworker, your brother, it doesn't matter who it is saying things against the government, you need to call the police. That's right out of East Germany, Stasi police. Report your neighbor. You know, they had East Germany saturated with neighborhood spies. They had cell groups everywhere. Every community had cell groups that collected rumors about neighbors. It was human intelligence. They didn't have surveillance technology. They relied on human intel. And so the Stasi secret police had neighborhood snitches all through the country. And they were constantly filtering that information up to the secret police. That's what she just said in Australia. If your neighbor has said anything against the vaccines, you need to call us.
Or about against the government.
Against the government.
Or that maybe the police are being a little too heavy-handed. You need to report that.
Well, here's an example of police.
So we're walking on our way to Government House. There seems to be about 8, maybe more police. Very intimidating looking. There seem to be a couple in Supreme Court Gardens. It's a public holiday. It's the 2nd of January. So this will be interesting to see what they're all about here. We're just going to go soon and see what they've got to say about what's going on over there. Definitely intimidating. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 police officers. This is going to be interesting. Very strange. Strange indeed. Good morning and New Year's to all of you. Happy New Year. Morning. What's going on?
My name's Agnes Peck from the Perth District Office.
Yeah.
I understand you're part of the Umbrella People protest, or you've been here
We all
during
as
the year.
individuals,
Yep. The reason we're here is there's been a complaint from the occupants of the premises regarding stalking offence, which we're investigating. So, as a result of review from the information they gave us, the ongoing attendance here constitutes an offence of stalking. So, what we're asking people, anyone who's been attending ongoing, we're getting their name and details, and then we're asking them to leave the area. If they're not leaving or refusing to give us their particulars, they're being arrested. So that's been ongoing this morning. So, what I'd ask is that I can just grab your details, please, so we know who we're talking to.
That's entering the contract.
It falls pretty short of a contract, mate, so it's just... It falls pretty short of a contract, mate, so it's just we're required to get your particulars, okay? You're required to provide them because I've reason to suspect involved
Is
in
that
offence.
constitutional?
It's legislative. It's legislated.
But is it lawful?
It's lawful, mate. So
No,
what's your
legal
name?
and lawful are two different
Okay, I'm not
things.
going to enter a conversation about constitutionalism. It's,
Well, I do not have to give you my belief.
okay. Just let me explain to you the requirement to provide your details again.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, lost
So
in the past.
your ongoing attendance here.
Well, we might just leave them because then we.
No, what I've already done is required your particulars, so you're required to provide them.
might be the first time we
Okay. It's not.
ongoing thing.
Okay.
Ongoing.
Knows who you are then.
Well, you already have our details.
Okay, so-
Every one of you.
Okay, look, no, listen.
No,
I suggest you don't walk off. I've required your particulars, your personal particulars. I reasonably suspect you've committed an offence. You are required under law to provide me details. If you don't provide your details,
Can you
you
show
will
me
be
that law?
arrested. Do you understand
Can you
that?
show me that law?
I'm not carrying around legislation, am I?
Well,
I
how
am
can
advising you.
You should be able to
Okay,
prove that.
I'm
you prove the
advising
law.
you. You're required under law to provide your details.
We are allowed
If you
to.
don't provide your particulars, you will be arrested. Do you understand that? We've arrested several people here today
You
for
show
not
me the
providing
law
the
and I'll give
details.
you all the details you want. I'll even tell you what my piss looked like this morning.
I don't really care, mate, but what we last chance, mate, we required your name and particulars. Do you understand the reason why? And then what could happen if you don't provide them? Do you understand that?
We're allowed to go.
No, you're not allowed to go. You're required to provide your personal details. I need your name and your personal particulars such as your address. So what's your name? Do you understand why I'm required to provide them?
Because of some law that I've never heard of in my life. And I know a
Stalking.
lot of laws.
338 of
What,
the
so
Criminal
every
Code. You're
person
not
here
gonna
is stalking?
Okay, last chance. We need your details, we'll be arrested. Okay, you're under arrest for unprovided your personal particulars. Okay, these officers will explain your CIA rights.
Can you take my phone, please? Yes, my car key.
So make sure you can if anything is right.
Those days you've been under arrest for things like.
I'm going to actually. You want to take that? We can take it. So where is he going to be taken?
At the moment, we will take him back to the Perth Watch House.
Come with a friend and it's just like, what's he even doing? But they don't know his name. They don't know he's been here before. I've been here before.
Oh, just put him on as I haven't put him on. Just put him on as unknown.
Good afternoon, this is Michael O'Neill from the Informed Medical Options Party. I'm coming to you from downtown Sydney today, and I've just exited the court just up the road there from the Downing Centre, where my conviction, where I was found guilty for breaching COVID rules, was dismissed today. We presented quite a lot of information and evidence, and they still wanted to pursue it. The prosecution, we submitted this before the court, but they were determined to go ahead and submit it. But the good news is that after going through before a magistrate, the thing has been dismissed, and that ends that after 2 years. What a farcical waste of taxpayers' money that these things are consumed in the courts, and of course my time and money as well. But that's the world we live in today. If we're looking for fairness, common sense and rationality and all the things that happen in our society, then we are actually looking in the wrong place if we're actually looking for our government authorities and our courts of law to deliver this to us. So we're soldiering on. It's the third day of the new year. It's also my brother's birthday if he's watching, and we're very hopeful. We have an election coming up in March. I'll be contesting a seat in this state, and I hope that I will be in Parliament House within a few months to be able to represent your views and the principles of right, fairness, justice, accountability. We are the party with heart. We stand for all the things that are very important. We stand for health, we stand for the environment, we stand for accountability, we stand for rights, we stand for transparency. And we are going to continue to stand up for these things. We want to be the heart of this nation, and we want to be your representatives to take your views into that house and see that fairness and equity is exercised in every Australian in this fair country. So thank you very much, a short one today, and yeah, it's a beautiful day here in Sydney and it's throbbing as usual. There's lots of tourists, maybe the business people aren't here, but all the best, and signing out from Michael O'Neill, the Informed Medical Options Party.
All this nonsense about we're going to force or we're going to coerce people to take a vaccine. No, you're not. I'll tell you now, no, you're not. Because what you don't understand, when push comes to shove, every Australian will stand up and they'll shove your head up your butts where they belong. You have no authority to do that. You created it. You created a referendum in relation to conscription, and that is section 51, subsection 23A. And it was added to your constitution, added to ours by referendum, lawfully. I know you idiots keep continually saying if a referendum doesn't get the vote you want, which is yes, it doesn't count. Yes, it does. Stop lying to people. The High Court ruled they don't. Lippahar versus the Queen, 1999. Go read it. They don't. Only decisions of the High Court, if they're made in accordance with, look at that, our Constitution, the People's Constitution. See, this is a Supreme Court law of this country. When you go into a court and the magistrate refuses to allow you to bring this up, that magistrate should be arrested by the police or the security or both and locked up for treason. Because without this, he's sitting unlawfully. He's sitting in treason. He's sitting in contempt of the High Court. He's sitting in contempt of the state and the courts. Not the corporate state set under the Acts Amendment, Repeals Court and Legal Practice Act. The state created under 107, 108 and 109 of the Constitution. Our Constitution binds everything, including the politicians. They don't have the right to change state constitutions. Wheeler lied. Wheeler, Pullen and Bust all lied. It isn't like the Dog Act, can't be changed. The state constitutions are letters patent. Only the monarch can touch those. The Privy Council didn't refer to that. They referred to other acts. So if they did say it, or some idiot there did say that, he was lying too. When you don't tell the truth, you're lying. What I want to do is wish you all a very Merry Christmas. You're going to come down to a screaming heap. You are not going to get the Great Reset where you become a world governing body. You voted for it. That is blatant treason. That is an act to overturn our Constitution and hand us over to the United Nations. We're not a member. We never voted on it under 128. Now, to every political party politician, you know, including our local ones, I gave you a constitution and told you to read the first 3 chapters. If you read that and still stay in a political party, then you're guilty of all the crimes they've committed. You know what I mean. You know who I'm talking to. Time to wake up. You say you're a Christian? Then act like one. Stop committing criminal offences. Stop sinking this country. Stop handing it over to a one world system of government, and you're doing it. The Constitution says so. It's the supreme law. All laws passed pursuant to state constitutions and passed by state parliaments are subject to the supreme law. No local government in here can't be in state constitutions. It is put in there in 1979, an act of treason, fraud and treachery to overturn this constitution. Stop lying, tell the truth, get rid of the crap out of our society, and get rid of the political parties, because you are nothing but a bunch of lying, thieving traitors. Every single one of yous are going to jail for the rest of your life. You understand that? It's coming. And guess what? The common law of this country says so, and it cannot be changed by any parliament. They are subject to it. And only the Governor-General at federal level with an executive he selects, not a national cabinet. None of you lunatics, none of you can pass laws. None of you can put them together. Only the Governor-General and Council can put them together. Then it's given to you to pass them according to this. And in relation to states, it's the governors of the states and the Executive Council they select, and they only can put together laws subject to this. Subject to this. If you can't work out what that means, you're lying, filthy traitors. You're not that brain dead. Wake up. And anybody who pushes political parties and their agenda are guilty of the same offences under the Commonwealth Criminal Code. Go read it. You know it's an indictable offence to commit treason, to overturn our Constitution. You do it or attempt to do it in any way, even by forming a referendum. That's treason. You don't understand that? Come see me, I'll show you where it says it. And referendums are taken state by state so as not to offend the laws of any state. So the decision says no, no to the continuance of local government, you can't have it. No to the establishment, you can't have it. Wake up. Our Constitution is the supreme law. Your laws, your acts, your statutes are nothing but bull dust. A big, huge pile of moo-poo. Wake up. Everybody else have a wonderful Christmas day. I'm going to have a wonderful Christmas day knowing that I've told the traitors exactly what's coming for them. Jail for the rest of your lives. That is a penalty for what you're doing. Imprisonment for life. Bear that in mind when you talk to your family saying, what's he talking about? Tell the truth. Say, Daddy or Mummy are going to jail because they're committing treason. And that's for the rest of their lives. You won't see them anymore. Try doing that and see what they have to say about it. Time to wake up, people. We are the Commonwealth. They are our servants. Paid servants. Have a nice Christmas. And I wish you all a nice New Year. A very prosperous New Year. Except the traitors. I wish you a nice time in a polished floor cell.